So this is a testimony on how God used me to save somebody's life one day. One day I went to work and a guy that I met there, he about 26 years old. I looked at him and God spoke to me. He said, tell him to leave Keith alone. So I walked up to him and I asked him, I said, hey, you know somebody named Keith? He was like, he said, yeah, that's crazy that you said that, man. I went to the club last night and Keith was the only person that I knew. And I said, yeah, leave him alone. God is telling me to tell you leave him alone. And I said, I'm going to pray for you because I see that you was rolling dice and you had got shot while you was in the car counting your money. And I asked him, I said, hey, you got kids? He was like, yeah, 2. And I said, Satan is also going to try to take your girlfriend out because of the kids, not because neither one of y'all. He was like, dang, that's crazy. And I was like, yeah, I see her get into a car accident as she was on her way to work. And he was like, okay, but I don't live that life no more, little bro. All type of different stuff he was saying to dismiss me. So I had prayed for him, and he left, and he started telling everybody in the warehouse what I said. So a week later, I'm in the car, I'm pumping the gas while the gas is pumping while I'm on the way to work. And I see the same vision that I seen him getting shot and the same vision I seen with his girlfriend, all of that. It played, but it's like it was in reverse. And God showed me a date like he had died, and it was October 15th. So that day I told him, you had already dodged death because I prayed for you and God seen you. I said, by October 15th, keep your eyes open. That's the day Satan is going to try to take you out. He was like, okay, little bro, but I'm telling you, man, I don't live that life no more. I don't do stuff like that. I was like, okay, man, but God don't lie. So he told more and more people, and work was over at this point. I went home, and I came back because I called off Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the whole week, besides every day but Monday, pretty much. So I told my mom I'm not going in that Monday because I forgot to call off Monday. We was going out of town. And as I was walking in my room to go lay down, God told me to put my clothes on and go. So I put my clothes on. I stood in the living room. My mama was like, you going to work? I'm like, yeah. She's like, son, you just told me you wasn't going. I was like, mama, but I got to go. So I go to work, and I see him. And he like, man, bro, what you said, you was right. And I'm like, I know God don't lie. And he looked at me. He told me everything. He said, it was Sweetie's day, and him and his girl got drunk or whatever. And 12 o'clock hit, because it was October 14th, which is Sweetie's day. 12 o'clock hit, and Keith had texted him, let's go roll some dice. And I looked at him, I'm like, dang, he really texted you. Even though I knew God was telling the truth, God never ceased to amaze me. So he told me that, and he told his girlfriend. I was like, dang, you told your girl what I said to you? He was like, yeah, I had to. You talking about me dying. So he told his girl, and she acknowledged what I said and what God told him through me. And that morning, he told me when he was talking to me, that morning he said he was watching his girlfriend leave the house with a hangover. But he was asleep, and he just woke up out of his sleep and said, don't leave. He didn't even know his girlfriend was leaving. He just woke up out of sleep and said, don't leave. So he came to the warehouse, and he told me all of that. And we was the only ones in there. He said he don't even know why he's there. We was the only people working in the warehouse that day. And I told him God told us to come. It's like, that's crazy, because I did feel like something told me to come. So when I looked at him, I told him, don't be surprised if you never see me again. I went out of town that next day. I came back to come to work. I was putting my fingerprint in, trying to get back, and it said decline. And I went back there and I said, did y'all fire me? And it was like, man, they was coming up with all type of different excuses. They fired me for no reason. And I said, where the tall, skinny dude? He 26 years old. Where he at? They said, oh, he called off today. It's like, dang, God, you never really cease to amaze me. So God told me I was going in training and, a whole bunch of different stuff. But I encourage y'all to do, when God tell you to do something or say something, anything, hearken to the voice of the Lord, because you can save somebody's life.